the strings. Forward.
Alright, so one of the things I've been meaning to do on this truck is replace this back bumper. So I think part of it was them loading it with the forklift, maybe. I don't know, this is kind of too rusty for it to be them loading it, but I definitely don't think it helped it out at all. As you can see right here, I pretty much haven't been able to open the tailgate because as soon as I lower the tailgate, this is like bent up. And it just doesn't work that well because it just touches the tailgate. So I haven't really like opened the tailgate on it. Actually I did once and I freaked out because I thought I dented the tailgate by doing that. But when I picked up the engine, the guy, you know, like I said, he had a bunch of, you know, he kind of parts out and builds and resells these trucks. So I ended up purchasing basically a new takeoff rear bumper from him. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on. The other option, or the other thing I kind of wanted to do, is I do have a set of wheels and tires. The ones that I had on my truck for a little while, they're those gear alloy ones. They're like 20x9s, and they're, you know, a little bit, I don't know. I think they look a little bit better than these ones. I'm still not sure if those are the actual wheels I would want on this thing. If I would like actually keep it, you know, kind of plans for it, I guess. Is if I do end up keeping it, I want to paint match the grille, the front bumper, the inside of the headlights, the door handles, tint the windows. The rear ones aren't. The front ones have like a slight, I think like a factory thing to them. The rears already have like, I think they're like that from the factory. Maybe somebody had them tinted. Yeah, they look a little bit darker than stock, or than they should. But yeah. So yeah, and paint match the rear bumper and I don't know, a couple other little things like that, but maybe the mirrors, I don't know, maybe just the top piece, maybe paint match that. And I don't know, I'm gonna replace the bumper. So we're starting out today on the road in the which I don't even know what to call this thing, silver something, silver bullet. Should we call it the silver bullet? Because it's
call it the silver Russian because it has a Russian engine.
Yeah, but it's almost like Coors Light with the Colorado Rockies. Like it's as cold as the. That almost works too because it doesn't move when it's cold because like that fancy thing. Damn sun's coming in on my eyes. But anyhow, we are going to like a local auto salvage place. They have a 2015 EcoBoost Mustang that they wrecked, and we brought some paper. No, you can't see it, it's under my jacket. We brought some paper, and we're gonna trace the bell housing and the block. And so basically, what we're gonna do is attempt to figure out if we can CD09 swap this EcoBoost. You know, if Dave's gonna design an adapter plate or something, I don't know. We're gonna try to figure it out. You know, that's I guess that's what's on the menu today. Stay tuned. We're gonna go do that, and then maybe other things.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think it was something internal that was messed up on this too.
On the tranny or the engine?
In the transmission. Yeah, that's not very not that big of a deal.
Huh.
And I'm not too sure if there's anything really left on that motor that's good either. Yeah, I mean the oil pan's like just like gone. Yeah.
Poor thing.
I mean, you think they'd do $500 for both? We could ask them, I guess.
Alright guys, so we are back at the shop, and so I didn't get a chance to film much. Basically what I got was just a little clip on my my cell phone or whatever. So we looked at the car. We initially thought that the engine and tranny was going to be out of the car, and because they had like the engine inventoried as just a block, and then they didn't even have the transmission inventoried because they said it was broken. So as you guys seen, the engine was in pretty bad shape with you know, the lower oil pan or whatever being busted off of it. But they basically wanted $1,000 for the block. They said the head was like worth $500, and then turbo extra, and then you know they wouldn't really sell the tranny as a core. you know, because they'd have to like pull it out and it would just be like too much effort and stuff. So we were kind of wanting to do that to kind of get some mock-up and basically have like a mock-up engine for like a CD09 swap to figure out how to like manual convert this guy right here. I do think it would be pretty fun to actually drive it manual, drifting it, but I'm still kind of debating on whether or not I'm going to actually take it to the track automatic, or if we're going to do some sort of an engine swap. I got kind of a lot of random things in my head and ideas, and yeah, I got too many projects. But we ended up picking up some other cool stuff. So it wasn't there. Got some canoes. So anyhow, this guy on Craigslist, he had these. It's a Brembo brake setup. I guess, you know, he got a decent deal on them from a Ford dealership, but it's basically a Gt350 Brembo brake setup, and it uses 15.5-inch rotors in the front, and I'm not sure in the rear, but huge brakes. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to put them on this car, or if I'm going to just maybe like try and resell them, because, you know, that's just a really expensive brake setup, and I feel like you don't really need that huge of brakes for drifting, although I do like the way they look. So I did get a headlight though, but it's not the headlight you would really like. So it's the left side, and it's broken. You can see the whole back of it is just busted off of it. But David found it laying on the ground, and he asked him. He's like, "Well, how much do you guys want for that?" And they're like, "Oh, $5." So I figure worst case scenario, you know, a stock one on eBay right now, they're like 300 and some bucks. I figure worst case scenario, I could like make a bracket and like stuff like the fog light wherever that went. We had like the fog light. I could stuff the fog light like behind it, just so I have like a headlight in general, not necessarily like the end all be all like perfect headlight. But I did go ahead and I put in an order on the internet, and I basically got this replacement, this upper piece, the lower piece, the fender stay, as well as the front radiator support, and so all of that stuff is on the way, and that should be here next week. Like I said, kind of the plan with this is we're going to go ahead and pull off all of this stuff, kind of pull the strut tower forward, go ahead and weld on the new metal, and then probably cut off the front right here, and then kind of run, you know, plate that and run a tube down to the frame. So that's kind of, I guess, where we're at with that. Yeah, over here we got the brakes. Look how massive these things are. Like, I don't know if you could actually tell how big they are in person, but like that's my hand, and that's the brake calipers. So it's they're insane how big they are. So especially a 15.5-inch rotor. Yeah, brand new in box, and like I said, I got a pretty good deal on them. So they do require, since they are, I guess, what you would call a radial mount caliper, how they like bolt in the back on for the front brakes at least. The rear ones I think will bolt on, but the front ones they need those things. So you need to be able to bolt it, and there's like a special bracket you need, or you could get like the front like knuckle or something off like a Gt350, which, you know, good luck finding that. But it would definitely look sweet with big old giant brakes in the front. But I think you do have to run like 19-inch rotors or 19-inch wheels that will fit with the Gt350. I know when Adam was talking about or wanted to drift his Gt350, he couldn't get rear wheels that fit over the brake. So I probably will end up selling them. But yeah, they were pretty. The other option is I think they would be really, really awesome on the Supra. So if we can make some, like, since these are the same bolt pattern, should be able to get like the correct rotors and stuff, and then basically just make some brackets to get them to adapt to the Supra, because that would be really sweet. So, and especially for the price that I got them, I mean, that would be insane to have those big old giant pretty brakes on the Supra. So let me know what you guys think we should do. Dave will whip out his CAD program or whatever, or SolidWorks, and whip up a bracket. So that's kind of the idea. Yeah, that's about it for today. Sorry we didn't do a whole lot, but I'll be back tomorrow, and maybe we'll get into something good. I don't know. Hey Trevor, can you tell me what we're doing today?
We're going to be putting a lip on Big Dirty number 2.0. Putting an eBay lip on Big Dirty 2.0.
Yeah, so...
Oh, no, sorry. Ford Genuine lip. Ford Genuine.
No, it is actually an eBay one. But it replaces the Ford Genuine one. Alright, Tell me more. What else? Hey, how come you haven't worked on the Supra? It's been months.
Oh, I don't know. I've been developing some secret plans with some vehicles, trying to do the vehicle shuffle, the MotionAutoTv shuffle here. In, out, swap them around. Been too many projects, as you can see. The shelf has been switched around again. Hopefully we'll put the truck on there someday, and then the 2J
then we'll have
F14 up there once the Mustang takes its place.
And then you'll finally have that would actually be kind of cool. Take the replacement up there and just put this one.
Yeah. So the freaking Mustang's pull it out of the stable, ready to go.
Yeah, I like your ideas.
Forward. Fuck you.
Alright guys, so we got the trailer axle loaded up. Dave, what are we doing?
Scratching the bed.
Yeah, we're scratching the bed.
Look at that.
I
ripping.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do the bed liner in this thing anyhow. So anyhow, this Facebook Marketplace, I mentioned it in my video the other day that it is a new powerhouse in buying random things.
Hey, I'll say that. I like Facebook Marketplace and nobody knows about it. Really?
Well, I don't know, and it's funny too, because like the people that typically list stuff on Facebook Marketplace like need to get rid of it, or they don't care about it, and they're like, I'm just gonna throw it on Facebook Marketplace. So anyhow, we're going on a little bit of a not too long of a drive, but we're gonna go hopefully pick up some axles so I can fix that damn trailer.
We're gonna go into the sun and not be able to see.
Okay, so I got that front lip installed. I don't think I really showed you guys that yesterday, but yeah, I got it on. And then I guess I could show you these axles that I picked up. They're not the prettiest looking things. When I helped my buddy move his S14 and he was borrowing my tail lights, so I got those back. But yeah, so comparing this axle off of the trailer, the one that lost the hub, to these two axles right here. These ones are a little bit heavier duty. I guess they're like 7,500 pound axles, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'll have to change the mounting setup a little bit on the trailer, but overall I don't think it'll be bad. They're the same bolt pattern. All the bearings, everything feel good. His trailer was an 07 from up a little bit north, but yeah, it should be fine. So should be able to get those guys on there and hopefully get the trailer back to working. So I don't think I'm really gonna do much more else to this truck in the video. I thought about maybe doing some wheels, like the old wheels and tires that I had on my truck, the ones that were 20s that looked kind of odd on there. 'Cause my truck, the axle has a little bit different, like offset, but they're over here behind all this crap. So I thought about making David move all that stuff and I could put the 20s on there, and then, but I don't know, we'll see. Alright guys, so I decided not to put any of the wheels or tie those wheels and tires on the truck. Instead kind of came in here in the shop and started cleaning up a few things. I was trying to get rid of the 6.7 Power Stroke engine and put it underneath here, so we kind of cleaned up all that. But it ended up being a little bit too tall with like the intake manifold and stuff, so I still might pull it out. One thing I need to do is we have like a barrel of oil, so I might post like a Craigslist ad or something and see if somebody wants like a 55-gallon barrel full of oil. You know, people use those for like shop heaters and stuff. But yeah, so I think after that thing should go under here. We got a pallet and I had like, this is a Ford Explorer a Mercury Mountaineer, like all-wheel drive tranny from when we did like the engine replacement in the Crown Vic. It came with the tranny, so I have like a all-wheel drive, you know, all-wheel drive all the time transfer case for it and all that stuff. So I guess that's kind of a rare tranny, but it's on Craigslist and nobody wants it. Anyhow, the two 370Z trannies, one is mine, one is David's. Got those kind of palleted up and just stuffed under there. Kind of trying to clean it up. It's always kind of a pain in the butt. Got the spare parts 1J. David robbed the engine hoist for it, and he put his 2J over here. I guess he got jealous looking at my 2J over here with the nice pretty turbo setup, so he put his over here. So he has, this is a Borg Warner EFR, and he thinks it's better than the Garrett, which I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see. But yeah, I am gonna get started on kind of piecing together a Saab, but that'll probably be the next video. This thing is still sitting here. Yeah, it's still sitting there. I was gonna work on it, but you know, I got to take care of a couple other things, and got these things palleted up. These things are either gonna go up there or, you know, outside of the shop. Getting rid of my beloved 6-liter block. Everybody always asks me what I did with that 6-liter block. So this is like a Gen 4 6-liter out of an 06 Silverado, and it was actually in the drift car for I think a couple months, and I had like heads, cam, nitrous, intake manifold, all that stuff on it, and it ended up getting a little silvery in the oil, and I pulled one of the caps off, and it looked like the bearing kind of wiped itself, but kind of in exchange for some work for Brandon, the guy who's helping me with the body work on the Supra, he wants to build like a crazy Chevelle. So that is pretty much going to go perfect for him. I think he's going to throw like LS3 heads and, you know, head cam and all that stuff on it. Should make some decent power. So, you know, didn't want to get rid of it, but sometimes, you know, I've been doing a lot of Jay-Z things recently, so I guess it don't matter a whole lot. But Mustang parts coming soon. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in a day or so with some Saab videos, and then we'll do something to a Supra. A Supra.